Hello, hello everybody. Welcome on in. Today I'm standing at my cutting table instead of at my sewing machine. I thought I'd come in a different format for you today. I hope you guys are all enjoying your day. Today I am. It's a beautiful day here in Arizona. It's been chilly here in the mornings. We typically go out right before sunrise around 6 o'clock for a walk. So it's been dark and a little chilly because the air is super dry. So it's been around 50 degrees, but it's been beautiful during the day, which we love. Right now it is 76 degrees and sunny, and I have the windows open, so you might hear some noise, some cars going back and forth, but I have so much I want to talk about today. It's been so long since I've done a Watch Me Wednesday, just because we've been super busy. We've been on vacation several times, and I'm playing a lot of catch up here and there, so I don't have a lot of time to prepare for the Watch Me Wednesday. So I am here today. I'm so thankful for that, and I would like to share some of the good things that have been going on with me in my studio, in my life, etc. So I'm so happy that you could join me. If you're here, please share with your friends so they can come on in and join too. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff quilty. Just saying. But first thing, this is what I have a list of things that I want to make sure that I talk to you guys about, because there's just so much that has gathered up over the time. But one of the things that I want to first get out of the way is I want to thank you all so much for being here on my YouTube channel. My subscribership has gone up, which is awesome for me. I am at a little over 6,000 subscribers, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Just go ahead and click that subscribe button, and I would love for you to be here on my Watch Me Wednesdays with me, and any time that I upload a new tutorial, because even if I'm not doing a Watch Me Wednesday, I am doing tutorials, posting them here on my YouTube channel. So I've done that, and they are here. So if you want to be notified when there's a new tutorial, just subscribe and click that little bell button, and you'll get notified every time that I post something new. So that's a cool thing. So thank you for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate that, and giving me a thumbs up on any of my videos. Also, I wanted to thank you. I had a sale over the weekend. I had a 30% off all Judy Niemeyer patterns, and you guys came out in droves for them. So thank you for supporting the sale. There is still some Judy Niemeyer patterns left. I went through inventory and made it all true to what I have. So if you're still looking for Judy Niemeyer patterns, they are here, and that was awesome. If you're wondering how did I didn't know about the sale. How do I find out when you have a sale on patterns or fabric or whatever? If you're not signed up for my e-newsletter, definitely do that. You could sign up by just going onto my website, CVQuiltworks, which is down there in the corner. See that in the corner there? That's my website. You can go down there and you can sign up for my newsletter. That's how I announce sales and things that are generally going on with me. So I wanted to get the thank yous out of the way. Thank you. So you're probably all wondering, this beautiful quilt behind me, a lot of you are familiar with this quilt. This is my Carnival Nights quilt. So that's my Carnival Nights pattern. And I know many of you have purchased the pattern and some have not. This is done in my honeycomb fabrics that are here in stock, and a lot of you have been purchasing them. I do have 3 fat quarter bundles left. I do have some pre-cuts left too. But this is done in the colorway of my honeycomb fabrics. The one that's on my pattern cover was done in my ancient etchings fabric, which you can see on the pattern requirements back there. But this one is kind of special, and I'll tell you why. because in June of next year, I am going to be teaching this quilt in this colorway, if you so desire it, at Stitch in Heaven Quilt Retreat Center in Quitman, Texas. And I would love for all of you, or anybody who wants to come join me in Quitman, Texas. The cool thing is that if you come to the retreat, you can purchase this kit and they pre-cut it for you. So we basically are going to sit down and just start sewing and learning the technique and learning tips on how to put this all together. So that's going to be the big key. So you have it all, you'll have it all pre-cut. But another cool thing is we are at their gorgeous new retreat center. I don't know if any of you follow Stitch in Heaven, but their new retreat center is gorgeous. And I actually haven't seen it yet. I've been invited to come a couple times just on my own, not to teach, and I haven't been able to make it for one reason or another. But I will be there next June, and I cannot wait. And another reason I cannot wait to be at that retreat center is because it's right next to the quilt shop, and their quilt shop is huge. So you will have access to the quilt shop. You'll have access to the retreat center. There's tons included. Plus you have me for the whole time, and I hope you like that too. But let me see if I can pull up here. I can't remember. I'm looking from a distance here. I think this is the one I want to show you. Yeah, that's it. Stitch in Heaven. There I am. That's me with the quilt. I will be there from June 7th through the 13th, through the 11th of 2023. It's up on their website, stitchinheaven.com. So you can go there and you can reserve your spot, but you have to do so soon because they have a limited amount of spaces and a limited amount of kits. But we'll be learning this quilt. Now, you don't have to purchase their quilt kit. You can if you want. I think it's fantastic that you can because it's already pre-cut for you, which is awesome. So you don't have to prep your work beforehand, which would mean you'd have to get the pattern and then you'd have to pre-cut all your fabrics before you get there, because we're not going to do any cutting once you get there. So if you wanted to learn how to paper piece and you wanted to learn how to put this quilt together, that's a great place to do it. So I would love for you to join me at that retreat. Stitchinheaven.com. You want to go for that and to register for the retreat. I hope you'd love to join me. I'd love to see you there. So that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. And I love this quilt, by the way. I still have to, believe it or not, finish the colorway in the ancient etchings. I have most of it done. But the image on the cover is a digital image because I didn't have the quilt done by the time it went to print. So I had to get that. I have to get that done. The other thing I wanted to talk about, let me put this image up on the screen. I'm actually doing something else for them too, another class. I am going to be teaching Judy Niemeyer's macaw quilt on a cruise next year. It is going to be a cruise to Hawaii, and it will be in October. So I will be teaching this beauty then, and I would also love for you to join me then. 2 totally different quilts, 2 totally different looks, and 2 totally different types of retreats. So if you can, join me for both. I would love it. Both of them are equally as fun to put together, and they're both beautiful, beautiful results. So that is also on stitchinheaven.com under their cruise tab. So if you want to join me for that, I would love for you to come on that as well. How many of you have been on or been to Stitch in Heaven? Let me know if you write in the comments if you've been to Stitch in Heaven, and how many of you have been on one of Stitch in Heaven's cruises. I'm actually teaching on a cruise in about 4 weeks with Stitch in Heaven. It's right after Thanksgiving, and we're doing the Mexican Riviera. I'm going to be teaching my Cactus and Blooms people are going to be learning how to paper piece that on the cruise, so that's pretty exciting. The cruise is sold out. It's been sold out for some time. That's why I say if you're interested in doing the retreat at the center or the cruise, reserve your spot as soon as you can, because they typically sell out pretty fast. And I would love to have you guys there. But if you can't be there, hopefully I'll get some pictures for you afterwards, and you'll be able to see what was going on. Another cool thing with Stitch in Heaven, if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, you'll have noticed that I had a little post up probably about a month ago or so. Rob Appel, for those of you who know who Rob Appel is, we did a little something, and it's going to be, he has actually two things he's going to be doing with me and for me. So he is doing a tutorial on one of my patterns. We've talked about that. I sent him the quilt. He's doing a tutorial on one of my patterns that will be coming to Stitch in Heaven's YouTube channel on November 2nd. And then he did an interview with me. It was so fun. We had a lot of fun doing the interview, and that'll be coming. He told me it'll probably be sometime shortly after the tutorial, so sometime in November, so stay tuned for that. So it was a lot of fun. If you like Rob Appel, you're going to love this interview that he did with me. He was just so much fun to chat with. We had a great time. So they're in the process of editing the video now, which brings me to the next subject. So I'm trying to go through my list. I'm trying to stay on task here. So editing. So you know how much I love to sew and quilt and design, right? So this is one of the products of that, sewing and quilting and designing. But this past September, my friend Lisa Slinsky came here. She flew here to help me out. And I think I've told you about it, and I had some posts about it as well. She flew here because she is my producer-director, and we filmed 3 more online classes. So I am in the process of editing those for you. And they are super fun classes. Two of the quilts are relatively like beginners can definitely do those classes for sure, and really any level of quilter. And then there's another class that also can be categorized, but I would say it as an advanced beginner and above, which I think you will enjoy too. So I'm in the middle of editing those 3 classes, plus I still have one. So there's 4 total. Still have one that I'm editing, and it's a brand new pattern. It has multiple techniques. It's really super quilt. So, but if you're not familiar with my online classes, I don't know how many of you have taken my online classes, but I do have 4 actually existing online classes, 2 with Craftsy and 2 that I've done myself. And they're available on my website. You can go there, CVQuiltworks.com. But let me put up on the screen. Now I'm going to bend over a little bit here because I need to see what I have some overlays that I want to show you. I think this one is what? Nope, that's that's the Macaw cruise. So you can see I'm teaching on that cruise with Michelle Hyatt, October 6th through the 15th. So you saw the quilt retreat one. All right, Janet, you've done 3 with Stitch in Heaven. Awesome. Actually, you were on one of mine, weren't you? And then, so the next thing I wanted to show you, let's see. Hang on, I think this is it. There. Oh no, thank you for my YouTube. That's me, my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, there I am. Actually, I'm behind there. There I am. So this one, let's see, here we go. So this is one of my online classes that I have that is my own, not through Craftsy. It's the Cactus and Bloom quilt. And I am teaching this one on the Mexican cruise, but this one is available to you as an online class. The nice thing about all the online classes are that they are self-paced classes. So you purchase it, it's yours for life, and you can watch the videos whenever you want. You can pause them, you can rewind them, you can fast forward them, you can go back and view them again. You can ask me questions within the video, and you get very detailed instructions and downloads. So that's the first class. That is my online class. And then the second one that I have up now currently is this one here. It's called Treasure Chest. And you can see here what you get with the class. You get, for the Treasure Chest, you get lifelong access, step-by-step video instructions, 6 full lessons, video lessons, downloadable info sheets, the ability to ask me questions, interact with other students, and the class is completely self-paced. So, and the Treasure Chest class is a bargain. It's super beginner class, but it's priced at the price of a pattern. So it's a great class, and I'm filming the two of them that I'm editing now are going to be priced in a similar vein. They're a little bit longer, so they might be a little bit more, but not much. So I can't wait to get those out. They have different techniques for you in these other classes, so I cannot wait to get them out. I have a target, and Lisa's trying to keep me on task because when she left here in September, she said, do me a favor. She says, make sure you set aside an hour a day or so to do editing. And the editing is the difficult part. So, and it's not the creative part, not my most favorite part of quilting, but it's great because I get to give you a superior product if I edit it properly, and you have a superior class. So I hope you try them out. You can find them on my website, CVQuiltworks.com, under classes. Just head there and tap on any one of them to go to the link for your information. So the other thing that I have been, I don't know, I know a lot of you are familiar with International Quilt Market. It's happening this week. I haven't been since the pandemic. The last quilt market that they had and that I was attending was 2019. That was the last time we had a quilt market. This is the first time since then they're going to have a quilt market. I have opted not to go this year. It's going to be super small in comparison to previous years. So I'm curious to see how it goes, but I am going to be living vicariously through all my friends who are attending Quilt Market. I'm a little sad that I'm not going to be there because it's a great place for me as a designer and as a business to talk to other like-minded individuals and, you know, just brainstorm and get ideas and all kinds of stuff, and also look at all the new stuff so that we can bring you some of the new things as well. So I'm a little bit sad that I won't be there, but it gives me time to be home and do what I need to do for you guys. So I'm hoping that, you know, my friends have a fantastic time there, and I'm going to be on social media looking at how everybody's doing and wishing them well, and hopefully I get to go next year. We'll see. So I wanted to talk about the quilt market, and part of the reason I'm talking about that is because Facebook, you know how Facebook gives you all those memories. The past couple days, I've been flooded with memories from Facebook of Quilt Market. So lots of great memories, from 2019 and before, because Quilt Market traditionally happens this time. And so that's why they keep popping up in there. So I posted something this morning on my Facebook page and my Instagram page of one of my memories from 2019 in the fall. That's when I launched my Ancient Etchings fabric collection. And that was, I had such a fun time with that booth, and Lisa had come with me. We had so much fun setting up that booth. It was so colorful and just a great time. So, but it's here nor there. So anyway, but I do want to talk about something that I've been working on too. So I don't know if you've seen, so you saw the little slide that I had up of, there was like 4 quilts in there. So I had a little challenge to myself, it was last Monday, maybe. I had 4 quilts that I wanted to get finished. And I challenged myself, and I challenged you guys to do the same. So what I did was, so 2 of the quilts needed borders, and 2 of the quilts needed binding. This one was one of them that needed the binding on it. I have it quilted, and I have the other quilt that needed binding over here. This one is, it's really big. I can open up a little bit. So I sewed the binding on it. This is my Island Breeze quilt in my new In Motion fabrics. Lisa Slinsky pieced the quilts up for me. Thank you, Lisa. And it just needed, I quilted it, and I just needed to put the binding on via machine. Now I'm going to hand sew it down. But sometimes, you get to a point, I don't know how you guys feel, but for me, I actually like all the different processes of quilting. I love piecing, I love the quilting, I love the binding. I really like it all. But sometimes you get to a point, and for whatever reason, the top sits there. And so I had these, excuse me while I bend down, I had these sitting there. These got quilted. I made the backings right away, and I quilted them, and then they just sat there waiting for the bindings. Not like the binding was difficult to do, but I don't know, I just, if I just had like other things that I felt were more pressing issues, I don't know. But anyway, so I managed to get the bindings on those. Now I just have to stitch them down. I'll have my inspectors who will be helping me, I'm sure, stitching it down, because these are big quilts. As you can see, they're big. So it'll be over my legs when we're sitting down watching TV. The other 2 quilts, actually they're sitting over there. So I'm going to go off camera for 1 second. You'll still hear me. I'm going to grab them over here so you can see what I did. So these other 2 quilts, these 2, I just needed to put borders on. And that's another thing that I have an issue with, apparently. Letting a top sit without the borders on. I don't know why I do that, but I do. And anyway, so this one is from my Splash of Color book. It's Hip to be Square, and it needed 3 borders. So this one, it just needed the borders on it. I don't know why it took me so long. I hope I'm not the only one who does this. So please give me some affirmations. Anyway, I finished that. I put the borders on it. And I don't know why. These are, by the way, the fabric. These fabrics are my Opposites Attract fabric and my Color Splash fabrics, which are still in my shop. The honeycomb behind me is still in the shop too, so you can see those, or you can, if you're interested in them, you can get them there. But anyway, so this one needed 3 borders on it, so you can see I stacked 3 borders, and then I wasn't sure what I wanted to use for the borders, and I finally chose the borders, and now I wish, and I could still take them off, but the outer border, I used the mandala, the collage mandala, but in the opposites attract, and I have that also in the all the different colors, and I'm almost wishing I would have put that one on. I could take the borders off. I'm not sure I'm going to do that though, but we'll see. So that was that one, got that done. And then this one here needed, so this is my cactus in bloom, which I'm teaching in a couple weeks, and which is also my online class as well. My cactus in bloom just needed these two borders. So this is just, I'm not going to unfold it all the way, but this is half of it. But this is a different colorway. I did it in a different colorway. And it's in my Ancient Etchings fabric. And it just needed the two borders. I can't believe I let it sit like for a couple years without the borders on it. So I put the borders on it. So those were my 4 quilts that I challenged myself to get done. And I got them done. And I'm proud of myself. Now I need to get them quilted and then hand sewed and down for the binding. So we got to work on that. But one of the other things that I'm working on, and I did a little mini tutorial, and it's called a short on YouTube, and it's also on Instagram as a reel. So if you are on my Instagram, you can see it as a reel too. It's just what it is. It's a 90-second tutorial because Instagram and YouTube are forcing some of the businesses to do little short things versus long things. So I'm trying to do a combination of longer, shorter. Anyway, I did a long tutorial on this a little while back, I think probably about a year ago. So it's on my YouTube channel. So if you want to see the long version, you can see it. This is my pattern Pass Mountain. And so this is the block. It's paper pieced. That's the block, and it's done in my Color Splash fabric and my Opposites Attract. So you can see I'm working on finishing up the piecing. And this one here, this one, yes, I make mistakes too. So I was working on it today. And you see, I sewed that on wrong side together. These were correct. They were right sides together and pressed open. So I got to take this one piece off and redo it because I wasn't paying attention. But I'm working on that, and I have a little mini tutorial for you on my YouTube channel. You can take a look at it, and it's short, and it really covers the paper piecing process in 90 seconds. So if you don't have time to watch a big long video, you can do that. So otherwise you can, go ahead on my online class or come to my retreat coming up in Quitman, Texas. So that's kind of what I'm up to now. I've got everything laid out here with the fabric, and I'm just going to town on it. I have my fabric swatch page, so I'm all pretty organized with that. A couple other things that I wanted to mention which have come up in my memories. I'm actually happy. Today in 2018, I actually launched a second book. For those of you who don't know, but I know a lot of you do know my furry companions, my Quilt Inspector 1 and Quilt Inspector 2. Well, they actually have their own little book. So I'm going to put, let me put it up on the screen here so you can see the front and the back cover. So Quilt Inspectors. So it's a gifty type book. So if you have anybody who loves their little kitty cats and has their helpers in the studio, definitely check out this book. I'm going to show you, I'll take these off the screen in a second, and I'll show you a little bit of the inside. It's not a big book, but it's cute. It's got pictures of the boys and little captions and things about what they're doing in the studio and how they help me, etc. So it's like a little, coffee table type book. And today is the anniversary of its launch. So I was pretty happy about that. And the other thing I wanted to mention too, so my book, Splash of Color, as many of you know, it's no longer in print, and I have very, very few copies left. So this is it. This is the copies I have left. And probably can't get it anywhere else, or it's pretty hard to find if you can. But once they're gone, they're gone. But I am doing some special things with the patterns on the inside. So once the books are gone, you're going to see what I'm doing. I'm doing some refreshes, and you've seen some of the stuff, some of the patterns, like the one I just showed you, my Hip to Be Square, which is the cover quilt here. I redid it in, you know, my Color Splash fabrics. So I did, you know, I'm doing some redos on some of the patterns, and adding like extra sizes and things like that. So it's almost like a refresh on the book, sort of. So you'll get to see, but if you don't have the book, you might want to check it out on my website, and lots of great patterns on the inside. You can see it's been a very successful book, so I'm pretty proud of it. So that's what I have left. Let me check my little thing to see what I wanted to talk to y'all about, if I'm missing anything. And I don't think so, and I don't know if I have any other, hang on, let me see what I have. Nope, I have no more slides up there. Let me scroll back and see if you guys have any questions. If you guys have questions, put them in here so I can take a look. There's a little bit of a delay. So what was, Deb Kessley says, what was the name of that pattern again? So I'll go over, I'm not sure which pattern you're talking about, Deb, but so this one is Carnival Nights. Okay, the one behind me is Carnival Nights. The Cactus in Bloom was my online class. So that is, I'm going to go ahead and put that up on the screen again for you. So there's Cactus in Bloom. Okay, and then you've got Treasure Chest. Okay, and then what was the other one? Oh, Island Breeze, which is the one that Lisa redid for me in my In Motion fabrics. And the one that I'm working on currently is Past Mountain. So that is available on my website as a download. And I do, by the way, I have an Etsy site too that I just started, and it's just purely downloadable patterns, but you can download patterns on my website as well. I hope I got the pattern that you wanted, Deb. If I didn't, let me know. Let's see. Yeah, Betsy, because borders aren't the fun part. Well, true. I guess it depends on the quilt. Like I said, I enjoy piecing the whole thing, but borders, I guess you're right. I mean, they're not as fun as piecing because you're seeing things come together, and borders are just kind of like that last thing that you put on the quilt, I guess, to frame it up. It's kind of like a picture frame, right? So let's see. And Deb says, whoops, Deb said, I do that too. Have one waiting for borders, and I put off bindings. I still have 6 that need to be bound. Phew! I am so happy that I am not alone here. I just got to say that much, because I just feel like I have so many projects that are kind of unfinished and need to be finished. Thank you, Linda. Linda says she has the book and she loves it. Loves splash color. Awesome. Deb loves it too. Thank you so much. So that's kind of what I have been up to. Remember, stay tuned for Rob Appel's interview coming up, his tutorial coming up, and also check out the other tutorials that I have on the YouTube channel, because again, they're like little shorts. So if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and give me a thumbs up on any of the videos that you watch, because that helps me get more of my videos out to more people. Believe it or not, that's part of the analytics, and that's how YouTube does it. The more thumbs up or comments, the more they take my videos and will show them to other like-minded quilters, believe it or not. That's how it all works. I don't have any control over that, but that's how they do it. So if you don't mind sharing the videos and giving them a like or giving them a comment, I appreciate that very much. So, and just click on that bell notification, so anytime I upload something new, you get a notification knowing that I've put up a new tutorial or I've done a new video of some sort, so that you have it there. Otherwise, hoping to be back. I haven't looked at the calendar, but I'm hoping to be back, if not next week, the week after, and hopefully I'll have something for you. I've been doing definitely short little tutorials in between, you know, when I'm home, because it's easier for me to get the shorter tutorials up, but I will do longer ones as well, so I'm keeping up with that. But remember, I'm doing all this editing too, so I'm trying to get the editing down. I'm doing a lot of that at nighttime just because I'm too tired to stand up in my studio anymore. So, just being honest. Anyway, listen, thank you all for joining me today. If you enjoyed getting caught up with me, I appreciate it. I hope you all are doing well. Stay tuned for next time, and I wish you a great rest of the week. Happy quilting, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.